Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hello, everybody, and welcome to the penultimate episode of Adam's Accounts. Next week is the season finale, but we're here this week. We're starting it off with an interview account, then we're bringing on our hunter athlete for the athletes account, and then we're doing my final account, which may or may not be about a certain new Dodger. That's besides the point. Let's get straight into the interview account.
Rookie of the Year.
Sports movie? I haven't really watched a lot of sports movie. Okay, what's the movie about like the Jamaican bobsled team?
It's a bobsledding movie. I don't know what it's called though. I don't know the name of it. Can I look up the name? Okay, it's the one where the 4 dudes go bobsledding, and then they like. Wait. Oh, is this it? I strongly doubt this is it. This doesn't look like it. Maybe it's Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings, Cool Runnings.
Look, other than that, it's the Haikyuu movie because it's actually like a masterpiece. Like, I love volleyball, and I also love anime. I mean, I love volleyball, and the Haikyuu movie is a masterpiece. Like, they really capture the concept and atmosphere of the volleyball game and what sports is all really about, which is the friends we made along the way. So, okay. So, yeah, it's a great movie. 10 out of 10. Should watch.
Moneyball.
Sports movie. The Sandlot.
Favorite sports movie? I'd probably have to say like Air Bud.
Air Bud.
Sports movie? Wait, I'm blanking on names. Probably like Mighty Ducks, I don't know.
Wait, can I? Wait, the only thing that comes to mind is like the Mighty Ducks. I was gonna say that.
Wait, can you run it back? Run it back. It would be the Mighty Ducks.
Probably Miracle.
Space Jam.
Probably Space Jam, the original.
Probably Space Jam. I don't know. It's good.
Sports movie.
Oh, Space Jam, the original.
Man, I thought about this question before too.
Are you recording, bro? Okay. Space Jam.
They're gonna get mad. They're gonna get. Is he recording? Yeah. Oh no. Not A League of Their Own. That's corny. Are we rolling? A League of Their Own. Soccer Mom or Kicking and Screaming. That's like a classic, but I don't actually like it that much, in my opinion. Okay, so basically, my family went through like a phase of watching a bunch of like random soccer movies that weren't very good, like comedies. But Soccer Mom is essentially a movie about a mom that dresses up as like a star player, like a made-up star player, and she like kind of learns soccer and like gets good at soccer because like her daughter, she's like a single mom, and her daughter had a team, and they thought like this star player was gonna come coach for them, but then he like cancels. So then she dresses up as the player, and then she like, yeah, there's just like a romance plot. Anyway, it's a pretty good movie. I have not watched it in a while, and I know that like the second time I watched Kicking and Screaming, I was like, oh my god, that's not very good. So maybe this is not very good as well, but it's really funny. So, yeah.
Well, there you have it, our Hunter students' favorite movies. So there's not, you know what? Let's get right into the athlete's account. Welcome, Mr. Benjamin Gurovich.
Thanks
Our
for having me on the
surprise guest,
show.
as some might say. I didn't tell anybody. Did you tell anybody?
I don't think so. Maybe like one person.
All right. Well, Ben Kwan, you guessed correctly if you're watching, even though I said no. Anyways, so Mr. Ben runs track, winter track. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Mr. Ben runs indoor track. But before we get into anything, on the spot question:
Yep.
is Tom Brady on the Patriots?
No. He's either retired or on the Buccaneers. I know that much.
He's retired.
Okay. I thought he played on the Buccaneers and then retired and then came back out of retirement to play on the Buccaneers. But
And
I
then he
guess,
retired again.
okay. Cool.
That's correct. So yeah, two guests in a row that know that Tom Brady is not on the Patriots. So 3 that think
Yeah,
he
I mean-
is, 2 that think he isn't at this point. Since we've been asking that question. So, anyways, back to our track. So
Yep.
you guys had a meet on Friday.
Yep.
Yeah. So walk me through that. How does that operate? How does it go?
Well, I mean, it operates sort of how you would expect it to. I mean, I'll kind of just describe what happened for my event. So, I came in with a couple of other people. We came in a bit late, but I had a bio test, and I didn't really want to flunk it just to get to a meet on time. But, you know, we came into the armory. We went upstairs. We got changed. You know, everything that you would expect to happen. And then we went downstairs, you know, warmed up, and then we got called to run in the meet. So then we just had to do a check-in. You know, they had to check that our spikes were the right length. And then we kind of just waited for a little bit, but we didn't have our numbers for some reason, and we couldn't run without our numbers. So someone clutched up. I don't know who exactly it was, but they wrote our numbers out on a piece of paper. So we were able to run, but it was a bit confusing because we really had no idea up until the last second. But then after that, I mean, we kind of just stood in a line around the track, and then we ran in the race, and then it was over with.
Would you blame the fire drill on Friday?
Well, no, because yeah, I wouldn't, because honestly, the fire drill would have probably helped if Miss Samuel decided not to give us the test. But she still gave us the test
It
which is really
happens. I
stupid.
mean, whatever. Anyway, so we finished up the test.
Yeah.
So, how'd you do personally? What kind of stuff did you do at the meet?
Well, I just ran one race, the 300 meter, which is something that I'm not good at all. I'm not a sprinter, like, at all, but it was a sprinter's meet, so I had to. Uh, Basically, coach put all of the distance runners in the longest distance, which was 300 meters. So that's what I ran to.
What was the longest distance? 300 meters.
Well, it's a sprinting meet, so everything is very short distance.
That would do it. So, let's see. How would you say you did overall?
I mean, I don't think I did like great. I didn't do terrible. I did worse than I expected, but it's fine. It was my first meet, and I don't really consider myself a sprinter. But it was a great introductory experience.
You think that I could have won? That I
Depends
could
on what
beat
you
you?
were running.
I don't think that I.
I think you would have
Anyways.
won.
Okay. I mean, I
If you
doubt
believe
that.
in
Anyway,
yourself,
so
anything is
what?
possible. If you believe in yourself, anything is possible.
All right. So, where was the meet, by the way?
Oh, it was at the Armory. It's like an indoor track in Manhattan.
Where?
In Manhattan?
Where in Manhattan? Manhattan is
Oh,
still a pretty big place.
Okay, that's true. It was uptown Manhattan, around like 168th Street on the west side.
168.
Yeah,
Do you
west
like the
side.
Armory?
I love it. It's like my favorite place to run because it's just a really, really nice track if you just like look up a picture of it. And we also get to practice there, I think twice a week. And it's just overall just really nice. If you're running in a nice place, you just feel better.
What? Take me through like the step-by-step layout, I'll call it.
Sure. Well, there are 4 floors. I mean, the first floor is just, I think, the lobby. And 4th floor is kind of the bleachers where if you're practicing there or even like in a meet, it's usually just where clothes are going to be stored. Like backpacks, all that stuff. And then 2nd floor, I'm not even sure what it's called, but it's kind of like a warm-up area, I think, or like an area for sprinters to practice. And then 3rd floor is like the main track, where there's the actual 200-meter track, and then outside there's a little area where you can warm up and just like jog around to warm up. And then on the very inside there's just like a straight stretch of like I think 75 meters or something like that for sprinters and hurdlers to practice.
Yeah, that's really nice. Isn't it like run by Nike or something like that?
Yeah, it's just really nice.
I don't know. Let's see. So take me through like a practice. Yeah, you
A
took me through a
practice.
meet. Take me through what are the practices like?
Well, I mean, a practice is also kind of what you would expect. I mean, you come there, a practice, sometimes people have 9th period, so they'll be late. But, people show up really whenever. But on Mondays and Wednesdays, we'll do core in the basement. You've probably seen mats laying out in the basement before. That's just core. And then after, we'll probably do something kind of easy because we just did core. So right now it's very cold outside, so we just go to the weight room or something like that. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays are Armory days. So we'll go to the Armory. Coach will give us a workout. You usually try to run it with other people because that just helps you push yourself. But like me, I have 9th period on Tuesdays, so it's kind of hard because I come late. So yeah, and then you just run the workout. Usually it consists of like 6 to 10 runs, and then you do the workout. You obviously warm up before, and then cool down after, and then you can leave.
How long does a normal practice take, would you say?
I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure. I think in total it takes maybe around an hour, maybe an hour and a half, but it really depends because sometimes you'll get your workout done really quickly, because the coach is really on top of it. And sometimes, you'll kind of forget about you and you'll find yourself resting for 20 minutes and you'll be wondering what you're supposed to do next. But, the coach is also very busy. So you
That
just
is
kind of
true.
find yourself sitting
How
there.
many people were there on the team?
I cannot tell you. I think maybe around like 20 to 30, probably closer to 30.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody comes to practice at the same time. So on practices, it's easier.
Comment below if you have lab with Ben and I on Tuesdays. Anyways. So, let's see. You mentioned the coaches a lot.
Yep.
Coach a lot, rather.
Yeah.
What's Coach Anderson, I think it is?
Yeah. Well, there's Coach Johnson and Coach Anderson, which are both the coaches. I'm pretty sure Coach Anderson is like a sprinting coach or something, like a coach for the hurdlers, because I don't really get to talk to him a lot, or like he's usually on like another part of the armory where the sprinters and hurdlers are. And then Coach Johnson is the coach I like work with more, I guess. Yeah, I mean they're both really nice coaches.
All right. One last question before we get into the wheel.
All right. Yeah.
When are you getting a haircut?
Never.
Never.
Nope. Never.
So you're gonna be like 95 years old and you're just there with hair going past the floor.
Yep. It would be cool
you're
if someone
gonna
actually
show
grew
up
their hair
tomorrow with
out
a
that
haircut
long.
now.
Maybe.
What?
I think I was supposed to get a haircut over the weekend, but I
Whoops.
was very busy, so that didn't really materialize.
Nope.
But hopefully soon.
All right.
Hopefully within the next week.
Cool.
I think that can happen.
All right. What kind of knowledge would you say you have of professional sports?
Well, definitely not much. I think I have an idea of some of like the teams that are good and some of the teams that are bad, but I wouldn't know how well they're doing at the moment or like the players they have, but I'm ready to get a 5 out of 5 today. So,
You know who Shohei Ohtani is?
yeah, I know he just moved to the Dodgers for like $700 million.
That's more than most people know. I gotta give you credit there.
That's true. I saw a TikTok about it.
All right, we will get into today's wheel momentarily after we explain the rules. So, for those of you who are new here, we spin the wheel 5 times. Ben for 5 different sports games happening throughout the week. Ben predicts those games, and then we see what happens. I mean, he gets some prizes based on how well he does. And Ben, you can give whatever kind of reason you want. It can be silly, it can be stupid, or it can be logical.
Okay. I really hope we get Giants versus Packers because my dad is going to that game with his coworkers right now.
Yeah. All right. First up, that is Steelers and Colts.
Okay. I'm pretty sure both of those teams are not like that good, but I know the Colts are pretty awful. So I think I'm going to have to go with the Steelers.
This guy is picking Mitchell Trubisky.
I have no clue who you're
Mitchell
talking
Trubisky.
about.
You know what? We'll see what happens. They lost to the Patriots last week. Shout out to Coco being the Karen Terrier for predicting that the Patriots
Oh, we
would
got the
somehow
same
win.
thing.
Wow.
That's crazy odds.
We're going to spin it again. Pacers and Pistons. This is basketball.
Okay. I'm not sure how good the Pacers are. I'm pretty sure they're like all right, but I know the Pistons are pretty awful if I'm correct. So I think I'm going to have to go with the Pacers here just from stuff I've heard.
You know what? You know more than me, so.
All right.
That's not saying much. Anyways, here we go. Our next wheel spin. That is hockey. So that is the Carolina Hurricanes and the Ottawa Senators. It took me a minute.
Okay. Well, I know very little about hockey. I have no clue who the Ottawa Senators are, but I know that the Hurricanes are pretty good. I know that they destroyed the Devils a few years ago. That's all I know. So I'm gonna have to go with the Hurricanes.
Wow. Okay. I mean, we've had more illogical reasons than this, I
I
guess.
don't know. I think that's a pretty logical reason.
Okay. Fourth game, if I'm counting correctly. That is the Cardinals and the Niners of
Okay.
football.
I don't know how good the Cardinals are. I'm pretty sure they're kind of bad. And I know the 49ers are pretty good. I know they were in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. And I don't know how much they could have gotten worse over a couple of years. So I'm going to have to go with the 49ers.
Oh, they got worse, but then they got better. Now they're better.
All right, yeah. So they're going to win.
So, all right, last wheel spin. And then we're kicking you off. Basketball. That's the Wizards and the Sixers.
Oh, okay. I have no clue. I'm pretty sure they're both kind of bad. Huh. Something's telling me the Wizards are gonna win. You know, I've read Harry Potter, so you know, I think they're gonna win.
Shout out Ryan Wood.
Wiz.
So that'll pretty much do it. Thank you for coming on the show, Ben.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
So long. Kicking him off the air. My show. And it's my Adam's Final Account. Welcome to Adam's Final Account, where we have some baseball news to talk about. As well, if you guys would like to put in the comments, the two of you that are currently watching, if you guys would like to put in the comments something that I should watch, or something that I should talk about, absolutely. The one of you that is in the comments. So, anyways, welcome to the final account. Shohei Ohtani is a Dodger. Honestly, I'm pretty happy. I think the Dodgers just screwed themselves for 8 years after the next 2. I don't think that Ohtani is going to ever be an effective pitcher again. Here's the problem with Shohei Ohtani for me. This guy has to do double the workload. For the last 3 years, he's done it very, very well. But then at the end of the last year, he got shut down from hitting and pitching. And I don't think he's going to recover from that. And also, other events showed that he's honestly a pretty selfish guy. Bad teammate. I don't think that it's going to end well for the Dodgers. I'm really happy that the Mets didn't even offer him a contract. The Dodgers are paying this guy $700 million. Yes, they're probably going to make that up in 2 years, but from a baseball sense, it doesn't make a lot of sense to offer anybody $700 million because you're not going to get a lot of reward back for such a high risk, in my opinion. And he's going to be 39 at the end. I don't think he'll still be playing at the end of the contract. They're going to have to pay him off to retire, I think. I feel bad for the Angels fans that lost their man, but really, on a side note, Mr. Yamamoto, come to New York, come to the Mets. And I'd be happy to have him. He's only 25. He can be here for 10 years and be productive for 8 of them, and that would be worth it. We already have Senga. Let's bring on Yamamoto over here as well. And let's see. Josh Hader come to the Mets. Pretty much anybody that isn't Ohtani, I wanted to come to the Mets. You know what? That's just how we're rolling over here at Adam's Accounts. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. Shout out Mateo, who said he's sleeping, but I think he's sleeping right now. Night, everybody. And see you next time. Oh yeah, next week is the season finale. Stick around for the season finale. That's going to be a big episode that I have planned. Go Northwestern. Go Cat. Shout out the one person who's still watching live.